How is it possible that people believe in astrology? Man, maybe it's because Mercury is in retrograde. This is such a Libra thing to say. Of course a Scorpio would think that. Oh yeah? Well, what are you? Everyone keeps telling me I'm Cancer. I don't believe in astrology, I'm a Sagittarius and we're skeptical. Arthur C. Clarke. When I was 18 I got a Capricorn symbol tattooed on the back of my neck. I liked the idea of belonging to something, to feeling special, to reading up about myself and how I related to other people. It was this self-discovery thing. Now I don't believe any of it and am grateful the tattoo is blurred and unrecognizable, but at the time it brought me comfort. I imagine comfort plays a big role in why others believe in it. Edit, typo. The same way people believe in Greek mythology, religion and other beliefs I guess. Not even Greeks believe in Greek mythology. That's why it's called mythology. There are still Hellenists. They're uncommon, but they exist. Same with Norse, Egyptian, Roman, etc. They all promise similar rewards for worshipping them, and will kill you if you don't do it right lol. That seems like a good deal to me tbh. Millions believe in God dude. Billions. Trillions, historically speaking. It's estimated only 100 billion humans have ever existed. Yes, but what about extraterrestrial theists? My wife is super into it, has both of our birth charts mapped out and everything. She says she doesn't truly believe it but thinks it's a fun way to analyze ourselves and others in a way most people don't really think about. My sister and many friends are also very into it. It just strikes me as crazy and idiotic to waste time with that kind of nonsense when there's so much truly wonderful and useful knowledge available. I know I shouldn't judge. I'm a rationalist I guess, and it hurts me to see people wasting so much time on mystical stuff. I'm talking about people that take it seriously here. It wouldn't bother me if it was a kind of game or distraction. Is it that different than those personality tests, especially the ones corporations like to run on their employees like Myers-Briggs, DISC, etc.? FUIU, MB and DISC are absolute trash, but there are legitimate personality tests, for example Neo 5, that are highly valid and predictive of behavior. There's a comedian, I can't remember who has a bit about how for a religion to be taken seriously it has to be old. Most people have some respect for religions that are thousands of years old, but religions that are much newer are roundly mocked. And to be clear, I am well aware that astrology is not new. It's probably older than all other religions. But widespread, serious, mainstream belief in astrology is fairly new and seems to be a very generational thing. So to everyone comparing belief in astrology to belief in other religions, that's why that comparison doesn't hold water. I mean, I'm 33, when I was growing up virtually no one took astrology seriously. You just see horoscopes in the newspaper and read them as a joke. Even people who thought horoscopes were real weren't really following astrology all the time. Now it seems like 2/3 of the people I know genuinely believe Mercury's apparent motion is affecting their lives. Again, that's new. To actually answer your question, I think the modern prevalence of serious astrological belief is a result of younger generations in Western society moving away from religious belief but not being able to entirely abandon the concept of a higher power with control over your life. These people know they're not Christians, for instance, but are still uncomfortable being fully atheist, so instead they resort to things like astrology. It's comforting to these people to see their life in a mess and think, well, Mercury is in retrograde in the same way as Christians say God's plan, but without the baggage of the latter. There are dumber things to believe in than astrology. Some people think the Earth is flat. Some people are anti-vaxxers. Some people think that Donald Trump won the 2020 US presidential election. How has this not got more than 2,000 upvotes yet? Because yawn. Seeing stupid is so common lately. It's not, it's just more visible and they are not embarrassed by it but proud of it. How is it possible people believe in any religion? Indoctrination through child abuse veiled as education usually does it. How is it possible that people believe in Jesus? How is it possible people believe religion? Lack of understanding. Many more people believe that 2,000 years ago a Middle Eastern carpenter turned cult leader performed several miracles, one of which was coming back from the dead after being executed. I very much like the archetypical design of it. You have 4 elements with very intuitive qualities. I'm not really into it, so I just know the very basics, but sometimes my GF and I indulge it for fun and try to guess a friend's birth chart and then look at it after to see how we did. Always good fun, and often we guess correctly, which obviously means nothing. To believe in astrology you need to believe in karma and cosmic energies, so it makes sense. DHSD most people don't take it seriously. But in a spiritual sense it is 10 times more logical than, let's say, the Bible, at least in my opinion. One thing is for sure, karma is a lie, and there is enough historical evidence to back this up. Unfortunately, karma is used by cowards like it was their servant or something that would make very wrong done to them right so that they can sit down and keep blowing social media. My man, the last thing I want are needless discussions with strangers online, but how do you find historical evidence of cosmic energies attached to your soul and manifesting over the course of billions of years? I am not saying it's true, I'm just saying disproving it is as impossible as proving it, which is the case for most religions obviously. Astrology isn't any more or less sensible than any religious/mystical belief. Deleted. People like to believe in stuff based on faith. Dunno, but of all the fucked up things people believe these days, this is one of the least harmful. Fair enough. I think to a certain extent it's easier to believe in astrology than most religion. You can see stars, you can't see God. Deleted. People will buy into anything they believe has worth. And when they do buy into it, it becomes worth over $40,000 a coin. Smile. It's fun. The same way people have been believing in a magical man in the sky for thousands of years. There's plenty of stupidity to go around. Deleted. The most amusing thing is that most people's star signs are wrong. Hey, some people believe in a flat earth, vaccines don't work, or advice on FDS. It's just evolution in action. I know many people who don't see a problem with homeopathy being not more effective than a placebo. I guess their reasoning is the same. Many look at what the moon does to the tides, and figure if we're 80% water, what's it doing to us? Then it goes to the other planets and stuff. That's my guess. Delusions. How is it any less believable than people believing in other magic? I think the fact that it's based on physical objects, stars, planets, etc., that people can actually see/interact with plays a major role. I don't really believe in it, but I can see why it would appeal to someone more than a religion whose basis is just a collection of stories. How is it possible people believe in other made-up crap like religion? The same way people believe in made-up crap like justice, truth, America, France, Portugal, democracy, family, race, marriage, equality, fairness. Just cause we made something up doesn't mean it doesn't have value. R/Portugal Caralho. Intangible and metaphysical aren't synonyms at all though. It gives you fake hope. False but fake hope. Every star sign always is having a great time in their love life. To their defense, considering how vast and endless the universe is, there are also vast and endless possibilities it has to offer. I won't say astrology is science, because for the most part it's not. But believing the possibilities of the combinations of life, stars, planets, galaxies, maybe even multiverses, believing this universe we live in is somehow limited or can be really understood with our human mind, is being pretty stupid. I like to say that I stick to scientifical facts, but never say never to the rest. Because most of the rest we just are not able to see or understand yet. In discussions I work with basic scientific rules. Make an observation. Ask a question. Form a hypothesis, or testable explanation. Make a prediction based on the hypothesis. Test the prediction. Iterate, use the results to make new hypotheses or predictions. When it comes to topics I don't understand, I make assumptions and I tell people, these are assumptions based on X or Y. When I don't know for sure, I shut up. When people claim to know for sure and I see it differently, I tell them to shut up. Easy as that. Because people want to feel special and not have to cope with the realization that they and everyone else aren't special, or alternatively they want a bullshit excuse for their shitty attitude and personality, and so they blame it on the stars that were present during their birth. The word is in the question. It is just a belief. They don't know. The same applies to everyone. 99% of our beliefs are just that. Belief. How do you know any of those are true? With astrology you don't need to believe anything, just evaluate whether or not the info set forward applies to you or not. In an in-depth reading specific to you and your chart, specifics are presented, so if most of them ring true you can either follow to see what else might be, or not. Guess it's the same thing with religion in a way. Faith or delusion. There's a line between the two, though at times it seems muddy. Because people believe a bunch of crazy stuff. They got familiar with astrology, it made sense to them, thus believe in them. Seems simple to me.